So today, second module, how to sell your franchise. I name it sales technique, marketing. That's the goal and the objective today. How to sell your franchise. Okay? Indeed, it's a key issue. Because once you draft the operation manual, once you're supposed to be ready, I mean, you have your staff, you have your corporate strategy, your business strategy, you have to sell your franchise. And to sell your franchise is not an easy thing. Why? You sell a franchise. You create a restaurant tomorrow. You test it for 1 year. Money to work hard and to develop the brand and to share the same value of the brand. Tell me the guy is a share, he has billions, he has a private jet, he has a boat, he has a flat in London. Yes, I don't care. I don't care. I want someone who is ready to work hard for the brand. So this is a very interesting point because you have a tendency, and people in this area of the world, they welcome very well foreigners. Also, it's with my experience. You are invited to Dubai, to Saudi Arabia, it's a big car, big hotel, big room, big restaurant, blah, blah, blah. It's Oriental way of welcoming people, But after, you have implementation. I mean, I sign an agreement with you. I give you my brand. I want you to be a success in the area, in the region, in Dubai, in Bahrain. Now you have to work. You have to hire the proper people. You have to train the people. You have to develop the brand. And sometimes big groups, and it's very paradoxal, are not the best vector to develop a brand. I mean, small and middle-sized group, according to me, are more efficient. You can find a retail group who has 2 or 3 brands, 4 brands, 5 brands. They will work on your brand. But a group who has 30 brands, who is listed on the stock exchange, give them your brand. They will make $1 million or $500,000 more in their balance, in their statement of income. What would it be? Nothing. So be careful on the selection of the candidate.
This is the management and marketing of Starbucks. You don't take
Exactly.
You choose.
No, you are Starbucks in the regions, they choose Ashaya. But Ashaya is, that Starbucks for Ashaya is an anchor. But Ashaya, if you remove Starbucks and H&M, there is nothing. Huh? Let's be clear. None of us. You have groups. I explain you. You know the Pareto rule. Pareto. You know Pareto or not? Pareto is an Italian sociologist. Okay. What? Pareto. Pareto. It's a name, family name. No. It's not a company. It's a No. It's a sociologist. It's a sociologist. Italian. I will explain you. Pareto. Okay. It's a family name. Pareto. A sociologist. He passed away. He was born 100 years ago. He invented what we call the rule of Pareto. Yes. To explain. No, I'm happy that someone from Bahrain knows the rule of Pareto. Really. La règle du 80-20. Explain us, Ali, please. 80, 80, 20. Explain us.
Well, the rule is that, so in any team or in any company or so it applies on a lot of things. Usually
Exactly.
You'll have 20% responsible for 80% of the performance, or so let's say even in a work group, usually what happens is 20% of that team would actually produce 80% of the work that is actually done. Just like a Sharia. So they have a lot of brands, but they really rely on 20% of their companies or their brands to produce 80% of their revenue.
Okay.
It applies on a lot of things.
It's applied. It can be applicable.
There's also a diagram.
A graph, yes.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because this guy, and he passed away 50 years ago, and we are still speaking about this rule, Pareto rule.
Even if you're studying for something, let's say you study something for 5 hours, realistically, it's 20% of your time that you actually consume, what is written, you're actually comprehending. The other one is like slacking off a little bit, reading, but not really digesting it properly. It's 20/80.
It's applied to many fields, including in merchandising. When you have a shop, you will make 80% of your sales with 20% of your products in merchandising. Okay? Regarding to brand mix in the retail group, this is our topic. I'm telling you, and according to Pareto rule, Ashaya, for instance, because Madame used to speak about Starbucks.
Yeah.
If you remove Starbucks and H&M from Ashaya, it's an empty shell. There is nothing. 80% of Ashaya is Starbucks and H&M. Okay? And it's linked with my talking about, do I have interest to choose a big group or not? If you are a big group, if you have a brand, I repeat, it's not compulsory your interest to deal with a big retail group. It's preferable to deal with a small or medium-sized group. And in this segment, you have a lot of groups in the region. Groups possessing between 1 and 3 or 4 or 5 brands. I think it can be a better choice because you will get the assurance that your brand will be worked properly, will be marketed properly, and will be diffused properly, and that your brand will benefit all the support, all the means that your franchisee has. Am I clear with that? You will have a dilemma when you have a franchise, when you are a franchisee, and also for you as a culture for franchise. Do I have to treat with the big groups or small and medium-sized group? So, advantages to deal with a big group, we saw it. Disadvantages, we saw it. Now, to deal with individual, what are the advantages? You have a brand, and someone is coming to visit you. Okay, I want to take your brand. I was manager in a bank. I retired from the bank. I am 40 years old, 45 years old. I want to take your franchise. What are the advantages for you to give the brand, to give your brand to this franchisee?
You will focus on the style?
Yes, very interesting. He will spend all his time working on your brand. Why? Because he needed to eat at the end of the month. It's bread and butter, as we say in English. He will have to focus, not to play, not to have a fun. He must compulsory succeed. When you are an individual, when you take a franchise, you must compulsory succeed. It's a good answer. What else? What else? Individual, what are the advantages to grant your franchise to an individual person? You will be more flexible, to tell you the truth. When you're individual, when you deal with a franchisor, you don't have a lot of power. You are alone, individual. You have the franchisor. You cannot bargain a lot, and you will have to execute by the book. Opposite to a group who is making a 1 billion sales yearly turnover. You cannot deal on the same way with the two candidates. It's totally different. What else? For individual, the risk that can happen, it's a financial risk. You have to be sure when you grant your franchise to an individual that he has required financial surface to finance the business. But normally this is the job of the bank, you know, to assess this thing through a mortgage or whatsoever. But it's the job of a bank. When you receive a business plan from a future franchisee, normally you have to see if he has collaterals or mortgage or whatsoever. But this is an issue because, as you can say that a group who is making 1 billion a yearly turnover normally won't face problems, won't face financial problems, you cannot say the same about an individual. So I think that the big risk when you are dealing with an individual is a financial issue, first. Secondly, when you are an individual, I give you an example. If you want to enter into a mall, it's very difficult. Why? Because you, as a future franchisee, you will ask for 50 meter, 60 square meter, 70 square meter, 80 square meter. Opposite to big groups that will ask 4,000 square meter. Okay? So when you will start dealing with the leasing of a mall, you don't have the same impact when you are an individual opposite to a group. A group, you know, Ashaya, I saw that in Lebanon. There in ABC Mall, I think they must have 3,000 square meters. Victoria's Secret, Shake Shack, H&M, Starbucks, Pinkberry. They have 1/3 of the mall is occupied by Mr. Al-Shaya. So they have a bargain power, and this group, he won't pay the square meter at the same rate than you. This is the story. If you want to rent in ABC, for instance, you will pay between 2,000 and 2,500 bucks per square meter per year. I'm sure, I mean, I say that that Ashaya will pay $500. Okay? So you don't have the same bargain power. And if you want to enter in a mall, I say use that for either as franchisor or franchisee as a rule. You know that the unique criteria now for leasing in a mall, there is one criteria which is considered to accept you or to reject you when you apply to get premises in a mall. There is one criteria. Do you know it? I'm asking you the question. It's more technical. If you go to visit today a leasing, it's linked with brand awareness, but it's not exactly that. You have a franchise, you want to enter into a mall, you take an appointment with Majed Al Futtaim in Dubai, you want to enter into Mall of the Emirates. They will ask you one question, and for sure they will answer to the question on your behalf, because they know the answer. They will ask you one thing. Is your brand traffic generator? One question. One question, not two, not three, not four, not five. Is your brand traffic generator? What does it mean? I take your brand, I put it in the mall. Will it attract more customer and more footfall comparing to the previous tenant? This is the only criteria. Alors, for sure, there is a link between traffic generator and brand identity, because if you are Zara, as assumption, you will generate traffic. It's clear, you know, but it was not exactly. You see, the one is the consequence of the other. Okay, you have a strong brand identity, you will generate traffic. For sure, according to this reasoning, they prefer now malls, and it's a little strange because now I was in Jordan 15 days ago. I'm here in Bahrain. Last week I was in Lebanon, and when you visit the mall now, in the mall you have the same brands. You have the same brands. In Amman, here, in Lebanon, in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia. Why? Because the leasing, they say, okay, we take Zara because Zara traffic generator. Okay. We take Victoria's Secret traffic generator. We take Shake Shack traffic generator. We take Pull&Bear traffic generator. We take Häagen-Dazs traffic generator. And Starbucks traffic generator. And Paul. In each mall you have one Paul traffic generator. Okay. And there is a mix, you know. You have a matrix in the mall to arrange everything. But finally, and this is the system malls prefer brand with strong brand identity, strong brand equity, strong brand image to generate traffic, because the objective of a mall and the commitment of a mall is to guarantee footfalls for the tenants. If you enter into a mall, if you accept to pay between 2,000 and 2,500 bucks per square meter per year, you must have a kind of guarantee of the footfall. If not, you take a shop in the street. So, malls now, they prefer brand with big names, because big brand sell and attract people. But you still have a niche, and it's what we spoke yesterday. And I think that you have to work on that if you will become a franchisor. It's innovation and differentiation. The only way, if you are not Starbucks, yes, but if you are not Starbucks, if you are not Samsung, if you are not H&M, what can you do to enter into a mall if it's not to be different?
This is what happened for Nokia.
You know? Yeah, yes. You know, you have to be different. If you are not a big brand, you have only one choice to be different. And again, I come back to innovation. Always. Differentiation, innovation. How can you do? You want Mr. Ahmad, you know, he wants to launch his brand, you know, of burger. You are not Shake Shack. Okay, you are not McDonald's. You have to be different. On a way, quality, products, packaging, brand image, brand positioning, decor, light, storytelling, whatever you want. But you have to be different. In this case, if you are different, you go to see Mr. Majed Al Futtaim, telling him, I want Crave to enter in your food court, and perhaps you will get a chance to enter. Because you are different, not because you are famous. This is different. The only niche that you have with the mall is to be different and to bring something new. To bring something new. By the way, Pinkberry, you were speaking about Pinkberry. Is there a concept? This is not the issue, concept or not concept, but the frozen yogurt. They were the first in the region, I think, to enter into the market here. You know, Pinkberry. And frozen yogurt a few years ago was something new. It was new. We used to know Italian ice cream, Mary Cream, normal ice cream, Boza, Baskin Robbins, Häagen-Dazs. and the Arabic Buzan as Bagdash, you know, or Turkish. Okay.
Yes.
You bring frozen yogurt. It's something new. The brand,
Fruit also.
yeah, with fruits, exactly, with toppings, and it's a story, you know. Okay. Because he is also a Shaya group, he has access to prime location. He managed, first of all, to enter into the malls. But I think, and we like it or not, this is not the issue, that Pinkberry was at this time innovating. Now you have a lot of followers. Now everybody is doing frozen yogurt.
Rayon is doing something very special. You should talk about your ice cream.
I will taste. This evening I will taste. Yes. You know, so you have to be different. Really, you have to be different. And in this purpose, you have to foster innovation, as I told you. Exactly. So, take a picture if you want of the link. Okay? Because I don't have... You can come here, take the picture. Because I don't have an internet connection. I wanted to show it to you. I don't have... you know? You can have a look. It's interesting. He's describing the profile that is recommended to get a franchisee, ideal candidate. Fitzpatrick. Yes, you can only take the name. Tony Fitzpatrick. Yes, YouTube. Tony Fitzpatrick. He has many videos. One of them is the ideal candidate. How to select your candidate. He's an Irish guy. Irish, yes. We make the break. We make the break if you want now, but just to tell you that, and bear that in mind. Tomorrow at 12 we have the graduation ceremony. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock. 12. Graduation ceremony here. So we have to be more elegant than usually because there will be pictures and everything. And the cameraman is telling me yes. Okay? So tomorrow, 12 o'clock, graduation ceremony. Huh? And they want your franchise because you were successful with this recipe. So if I take your recipe, I will be successful as you. This is the philosophy. You sell a recipe for success when you sell a franchise. Really, you have to bear that in mind when you have a franchise. And you have to be convinced by that. Not to say, okay, I'm selling him a franchise, I don't know if it will work, I'm not sure. Okay, it's depending on the operation of your franchisee, okay. Because as your franchisee, you are an independent person, you know. You're not employee of the franchisor. You have your own business, your own legal body. But you have to sell to your franchisee the right recipes for success and to disclose all the elements of success. Not to say, this is very important, I keep it for me. I don't put it in the operation manual. This is my secret. No. The person, the franchisee, will pay you franchise fees and royalties. Franchise fees, which can be very high, and royalties rate also. So you have to give everything. The concretization being the operation manual, I mean the delivery of the operation manual. So is it clear? When you sell a franchise, bonjour. When you sell a franchise, you sell a recipe for success. The best way to sell a recipe for success if you want to attract people, if you want to attract people and to tell them, come to buy my franchise. You know, remind me your name, please. Abdallah. Abdallah, you want to franchise, isn't it? I come to visit you, we meet. We met in a exhibition, franchising exhibition. I will explain you. Come to visit you. What will you tell me to convince me to buy your franchise? What are your arguments? What are your ideas to convince me? What would you say to a potential franchisee coming to visit you? Abdallah, I want to buy your franchise. How would you proceed?
I have Arabic coffee.
Okay.
You can find a lot of kind of coffee in my factory.
So a big choice of SKUs.
And some.
Bonjour. Fine, thank you. Good morning. Hello. Morning, Nicolas. Nice to meet you. Oh. Please have a seat. Oh, if there is someone here. If you can, yeah, no problem. It's okay. Fine, thank you very much. Just if you can introduce yourself, please.
Ahmed Al-Shomri.
Okay, you are entrepreneur.
No, I'm a trainee at EDB.
Okay, bank.
No, it's Economic Development Board.
Okay, Economic Development Board. Okay. We were speaking today about the way you have to use to sell your franchise. Okay? How do you sell your franchise? I am tackling this issue now. So, Abdallah, what you said is right, but as I wrote, you know, on the screen, the most important when you sell a franchise, you have to bear that in mind. You sell a return on investment and a profitability. Let's be clear. And I will show you how to have to make it on your website, by the way, using figures. It has to be your first objective. The person, the future franchisee will come to visit you, putting money on the table, a big amount of money, at least $200,000, and sometimes more. It can reach 1 million, 2 million. People, when they put this money on the table, they want return on investment. It will be the first criterion. Before, I love the concept, it's nice, it's great, I would like to have it, I would like to be entrepreneur, I like your brand, I like you, I like your corporate culture, I like your products, I like your brand image, your brand positioning. Before all that, skip everything. One thing, what is the profitability? And secondly, what is my return on investment? You have to answer to those questions, because in the negotiation, if it is not said at the beginning, when you will reach one certain step, the question will rise and you will have to answer to this question. Oh, okay, by the way, what is your net profit? At the end of the year, what is the net profit? So you have two ratios that you have to use on a clever way. Why? Because once you say and you pronounce a figure to your potential franchisee, you are binded. If you ask me, what is your net profit at the end of the year? Whatever the figure I will tell you, 15%, 20%, 25%, I am binded. But you told me that I should make 25%, and I am not making 25%, so you're a liar. So be careful. When you reach the issue of figures, one rule, and according to my experience, always give brackets.
between?
First of all,